Alright guys, new Philip DeFranco video. Thankfully you put chapters in this video, otherwise we wouldn't react to it. Let's get into it, guys.
About this absolutely wild road rage incident that led to a man getting 40 criminal charges, and now there's
40? Oh, what the heck? Okay, now I know why.
this video. You've got
Look at this absolute maniac. Hopefully he didn't like hurt anybody, guys. But yeah, this is why I'm not for. This is why I'm for like driverless vehicles, guys. Because you know I got hurt by a car. I got hit by a car before, guys, and it was not fun. And I want to have it. I want to have it. I don't want to have it happen again, man. Oops.
conflicting reports about this Dave Chappelle Israel controversy. You might not be able to get your medications.
Guys, how does the comedian Dave Chappelle get into a war controversy, guys? We haven't seen Dave Chappelle in the headlines for so long, bro. I remember when I was like 14 years old, and his show, he stopped doing his Chappelle show out of, you know, racism. So it's like, I don't know, guys, but I made his money kind of dip from the scene.
Soon, because we're seeing
at least that's all. That's what I know. I don't follow with TV. He's kind of like too big for, like, you know, being a YouTuber and stuff. So I don't know what he's doing with his life, guys.
mass closures of pharmacies. The House Speaker dumpster fire is somehow becoming more dumpster fiery. You've got people freaking out about this Taylor Swift Jackson Mahomes situation. And we've got a new free speech war and debate. We're talking about all that and so much more on today's brand new Philip DeFranco show. You daily dive into the news, all made possible by beautiful bastards like you who buy awesome gear for yourself over at beautifulbastard.com. You've got premium shirts, crew necks, hoodies, crops, hats, jackets, amazing smelling candles, and
oh my gosh, bro, dude. Oh my gosh, right? Seeing all these cool products. When we get rich, we're going on a mega shopping spree, guys. I just got my YouTube paycheck today, guys. And I'm not gonna get paid next month because I didn't even put that much work in this month, guys. So we're down bad.
and way more. We got a lot of news we got to break down today, so let's just jump into it. Starting with, well, it is scary when you really think about it, who's allowed to legally drive. And this new dashcam footage just solidifies it for me. Right, and while the video is new, the story is actually old. It took place back in June when Portland had its Rose Festival Grand Floral Parade, which is basically the most wholesome event you could imagine. But for 42-year-old Sydney Metcham, all he sees at the time are closed interstate exits, traffic blocking his path. This guy goes 0 to 100. And I'm not talking miles.
Bro.
Per hour. He loses his damn mind.
They got it all blocked out.
Guys, Oregon, like the whole tone, the whole mood of Oregon is just being nice, guys. But this guy is not being nice. I lived in Oregon, man. That's a stereotype, guys. That's why I kind of want to move to Oregon, bro. Seems comfy.
Exit, the convention center exit, every motherfucking exit.
Bro definitely had a wrong day or bad day for whatever reason, and you know.
With him then taking his
Why even get a dash cam, bro? If you're gonna act like that, man. Bro snitched on himself at this point, guys.
silver Chevy Avalanche and just hitting the gas, with him plowing through the first set of barricades onto a parade route where thousands of people are gathered, sending children and clowns alike into a panic scramble for cover. You know, he's just blasting the truck's stereo. And soon enough, a police motorcycle pulls in front of him and he orders him to stop, but that's not where it ends. Instead, Metcham accelerates, saying, "I'm trying to get out of here." So he continues on. He blows through more chairs and barricades, ignoring another cop who tries to stop him at an intersection, with eventually, I guess, his blood pressure lowering enough for him to take a breath and pull over, at which point he was arrested. And all of that
wow, man. What is wrong with him, bro?
leading to the cops throwing some 40 criminal
I never thought about doing something like that.
charges and 24 traffic violations at this genius, and he's also been in jail ever since then. That's because the judge actually denied him bail. And the only good thing that we can say about the situation is that luckily nobody was injured. Also, I gotta say, imagine being this fucking psychopath and being like, yeah, I should have a dash cam that also films me. Like, do you not know you? Like, my man dropped hundreds of dollars to film.
Not only the filming him, but filming what he's driving, bro. It's like a very high quality dash cam.
Evidence against himself in 4K. And then Dave Chappelle has found himself in a new Controversy in 2023 is wild, throws us another curveball. It doesn't have to do with trans people. Instead, it's being reported that he caused a stir after bringing up Israel and Palestine during a show at TD Garden in Boston. So according to the Wall Street Journal, Chappelle first condemned the attack on Israel carried out by Hamas, but then slammed Israel's bombing of Gaza, which he called a war crime. But all this had to come up when Chappelle said he didn't think that students should lose opportunities like job offers for supporting Palestinians. And according to reports, his remarks caused some divide, one person allegedly shouting for him to shut up, and Chappelle reportedly went on to criticize the Israeli government for cutting off water and supplies to Gaza, saying it is killing innocent
Guys, I don't want to. There's one reason why I don't want to talk about the war that much, guys.
people. So with all that, some audience members told the Wall Street Journal that people in the crowd cheered free Palestine, while others said, what about Hamas? Some also apparently getting up and leaving. Now, as far as his thoughts on the situation, a spokesperson for Chappelle...
Okay, so he splits crowd. Let's go to the next story, guys. Which updates on... Yo, we got some very good update coming from Twitch
on this. And then, so in business and entertainment news, we should talk about TwitchCon because it happened over the weekend. And with that, Twitch made a handful of announcements, with one major one being that it is now against the off-service conduct policy to either dox or swat someone. So those rules are now in effect, and obviously the timing of all this is incredibly notable because in addition to this being a generally growing problem, we've seen creators like Sniper Wolf posting an Instagram story from outside of Jack's Film's house. And there, for about a week, YouTube did nothing despite the growing backlash. That is, at least until Friday, when the team YouTube Twitter account announced that the monetization of Sniper Wolf's channel had been temporarily suspended. So YouTube also took the opportunity to kind of talk about both sides, specifically condemning behavior on both sides that they didn't want to see, which did not land well with a lot of people, including
most of it, like 95%. But I posted a response, guys, and I think Jack's Films is not 100% the right, but he is right about a bunch of things. Sniper Wolf, why they've been beefing so long? I don't know. I'm new to the whole Sniper Wolf fandom, guys. He has a whole history on YouTube, like
myself. I felt like a different, lesser version than, we don't support assaulting people, but also, like, he called her a thief a bunch. And granted, he also provided evidence to try and back up his argument, and it was all an effort to make us enforce the rules, but, like, he was being mean about it. Now, for her part, Sniper Wolf issued an apology. Some liked it. Others felt like it was...
he's being a little bit oversimplifying, guys. He made 30 videos in a row on her, guys. He did make some good points. Also, telling his fans to go out and call our stuff non-transformative. I just don't. You know what I mean? Like, come on, 30 videos in a row, guys. But he did help her to actually add credit to the videos she's reacting to when possible. And that's what you know what I mean? Like, that's a good thing.
Was ChatGPT, and then also others in the situation took issue with the temporary monetization suspension, with their argument being that is not a severe enough consequence for putting another YouTuber's safety at risk, especially as some have accused her of trying to get around all this, right? Accusing her of taking videos from her currently demonetized main channel and uploading them to a separate channel that still has monetization on. Right, so that controversy is still yet to completely die down, and now with Twitch adding official policies.
Yeah, guys, Sniper Wolf's been talked about so much this month, bro.
Against doxing. Amid all this, you had people saying things like...
Alright, let's go to the next one, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I already know about this story. I've been following it a lot.
That people are sounding off on. Right, so yesterday, Taylor Swift was at the Chiefs game supporting Travis Kelce, right? She was sitting in one of the VIP boxes at the stadium. Next to her, as expected, you had Brittany Mahomes, the wife of Patrick Mahomes, who's the Chiefs quarterback. And then behind them, you had Jackson Mahomes, the brother of Patrick, who initially a lot of people didn't like because they thought that his TikToks were annoying and cringy. But also, the key thing is that he was then charged earlier this year with 3 felony counts of aggravated sexual battery and a misdemeanor count of battery. Right, with Jackson accused of forcibly kissing a restaurant owner who reportedly had to close her restaurant after the incident because of all...
No. Anything she does, bro. Let's go to the next one. Sponsored by Underdog. Let's see his new sponsor.
Adding to more excitement to sports for me, especially because Underdog's the easiest way to play fantasy sports, not just with football, but you can make picks on baseball, basketball.
Wow, another Underdog scam. Yo, Underdog. Sorry. I apologize. It's not a scam, guys. Another Underdog sponsorship, guys. They should sponsor me, guys. I apologize. I didn't mean that, guys. Not a scam. I personally won't gamble, though. I'm not a gambling. Guys, I don't make enough money to gamble. It's not a scam. I apologize.
your own picks with Underdog. And then, y'all, this movement to get a new House Speaker has somehow become even more of a dumpster fire, which is genuinely impressive because our expectations were so low. Right where we last left things, Jim Jordan had just failed the second vote to elect him as Speaker, winning even less support than he did the first time. And after that, he flip-flopped a few times on whether he'd move towards a third ballot before trying to shore up more support, with him ultimately deciding to do his Jim Jordan thing, refuse to see the truth, and just go forward with it, holding another vote on Friday where he lost even more support, with then 5 more Republicans who voted for Jordan in the second round defecting in the third and voting against him. So just with that, not a great look. But as if that wasn't enough rejection for Jordan, shortly after the third vote, Republicans held a closed-door meeting where they said,
Oh gosh, more politics, guys. I'm good. Let's go to the next story. GOP president calls for visas of pro-Palestine students to be revoked. Yeah, bro. Alright, next one. 25% of neighbor. Oh, alright, guys, let's see this one, guys. Because yeah, Rite Aid is filing for bankruptcy, so.
that's because CVS, Walgreens, and Rite Aid, which filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy last week, have signaled plans over the past 2 years to shutter more than 1,500 stores. With this due to a bunch of factors, including increased competition, changing consumer behaviors, opioid lawsuits, retail crime, staffing shortages, and minimal store investment. And all of that in addition to a decline in pandemic-era sales of products like COVID vaccines and at-home test kits, or that have been very profitable for them. You know, some people are going to downplay this, saying, that 1,500 is not actually that much when you consider there's roughly 64,000 pharmacies in the U.S. But a really key thing here is that the first places to go are typically in rural or low-income areas that need drugstores the most. So with their one and only pharmacy packing up and leaving, many communities are left with nowhere to buy essential medicine for miles. And with that, a professor at USC who studies the topic estimating that about 1 in 4 neighborhoods across the country are so-called pharmacy deserts. And even when there is a pharmacy nearby, that doesn't mean that it's going to be affordable, take your insurance, or offer the drug that you need. And that's on top of the fact that these are the same places that tend to have the highest rates of things like diabetes, high blood pressure, asthma, and mental illness. And studies have shown that pharmacy
I have asthma.
access directly affects how closely people adhere to medication regimes set out by their doctors. And then to make a bad situation worse, many of these places are also food deserts, meaning that they have limited access to healthy and affordable food, often because supermarket chains don't find it profitable to sell
Hey, when I literally live in the desert, makes sense.
there. Now, a big thing to note with this is that not all the gaps are being left completely unfilled, right? Instead, we're seeing retail giants like Amazon and Walmart having stepped in with their own pharmaceutical and medical treatment businesses sold at a lower price and often delivered. Also, notably there, you have big pharmacy chains fighting back against that by scooping up insurance companies, then steering policyholders back through their doors. Right? Like, for example, Aetna patients get a better deal if they shop at CVS, which acquired the insurer in 2018, and it's basically the same setup between Blue Cross Blue Shield and Walgreens. But then also a casualty of that war is the small independent drugstores that collectively make up more locations than any single brand at over 19,000. With a public health expert at Johns Hopkins saying, this landscape of vertical integration of businesses across different services has put pharmacies who cannot participate at a huge disadvantage. But that also isn't going to change because for the bigger players in this game, this is just the normal competitive churn of capitalism. Some win, some lose, and you use your size. But with all that said, I'd love to know your thoughts on this.
Alright guys, that's our video. Thank you for watching. Excuse me. I switched from Rite Aid a while ago, thankfully, so I don't have to worry about that. Not shocked seeing GOP go for free speech, but just for me. They're calling out genocide and murder, and it being called controversial. Alright guys, those are comments, not my comments. I was just reading comments. Thank you for watching, guys. Peace out, everyone. See you guys next one. And again, I'm sorry, I kind of skipped through this. It's just, that's why we're not gonna react to Philip DeFranco that much. But I saw you had like an 18-minute show, and I was gonna watch it anyways off stream, so might as well watch it now. See you guys next one, okay, guys?